So we are still on the Anapana Pabba, the section on Anapanasati in the Satipatthana Sutta. So according to the instruction given by the Buddha, to practice Anapanasati, or for that matter, to practice any meditation intensively. First, the yogi needs to go to a suitable place, a place that is supportive for the practice of intensive meditation retreat. So the Buddha began the instruction by saying, Aranya Gatowa, Rukamula Gatowa, Sunyagara Gatowa. So that means the yogi or the bhikkhu, he goes to a suitable place like a forest, under the shade of a tree, or an empty place. Okay? Basically, any place that is secluded from human activities, from noises, from any distraction, where one can meditate in peace continuously throughout the day, throughout the night, without any disturbances. Okay? So such place will include a suitable meditation center as well. Yeah. But even though we say that you should have a place that is without any noise, but you cannot totally avoid any noise. Okay, so even if you go to deep in the forest, there will still be some noises around from the animals, the birds, from chirping. Certain time of the day, the birds early morning, they come out, look foraging for food. They will be singing very cheerfully, entertaining the yogi who's meditating. So insects also, like now you see, even here, the sound of insects. Okay? At certain time of the day in the forest, especially during dusk, so insects, they become very active. So there will be a lot of noise, especially from the cricket, like an engine noise. So yeah, sometimes you meditate in the forest, the cricket is just nearby. So it's like meditating beside an engine. Even if it's totally quiet, nowadays you have airplane flying over, so you cannot totally avoid any noise. Okay. Yeah, but fortunately we practice vipassana meditation. So a place that is relatively quiet is sufficient enough. As we said, you can actually turn the noise into an object of meditation. In fact, it is actually part of the instruction. Right? When you hear, you're supposed to not hearing. So that is nothing. That is meditation. Yeah, meditating on noise. So the first thing to do is to go to a suitable place to meditate. Right? So once you have arrived at a suitable place, let's say a meditation center, so what do you do after that? What do you do on arriving at a suitable place? So next, the Buddha said, Nisidati balanka abhojitua ujjankayam panidaya parimukkham satim upadapetua. Okay? So it means he sits down, folds the legs crosswise, keeps his upper body upright, and direct mindfulness to face object of meditation. Okay? So by this, the Buddha indicates or shows us the preparation for meditation, what we must do in order to prepare for meditation, what to do with the body, and how to direct the mind in order to meditate. So first, the Buddha says, Nisidati. So it means he sits down. Okay? So you notice the Buddha's instruction. Immediately upon arriving at a suitable place, the forest, or under the shade of the tree, or in an empty place, immediately Buddha says he sits down. Sits down to meditate. The Buddha did not say you arrive there, then you go around, look see, delighting in the beauty of the place. Oh, so nice, so beautiful, so peaceful, so wonderful. So immediately the Buddha indicates the yogi immediately sits down to meditate. So that's what the yogi must do upon arriving at a suitable place to meditate. So immediately must get down to the business of meditation. I remember once one yogi asked me upon coming to the center, "Hey Bhante, I just arrived. Can I spend today sleeping first?" Yeah, I've been very tired, last few days, she said she has been running around doing a lot of things. So now very tired, not enough sleep. Can I rest first? Tomorrow I start meditation. When you think of it, it's reasonable, right? Because in her condition, it's very difficult to start meditating. But I would think that you should do all your resting before you come to a meditation center, so that when you arrive, immediately you can go and meditate. Yeah. But of course, when you arrive at the center, certain things needs to be done before you begin meditation. A center, when you arrive at a center or any other place for meditation. So, for example, you arrive in a forest, so you cannot immediately go and meditate. First, you must sweep the place, clean it up a bit, so that you don't clean it up, it's very uncomfortable to meditate. So you prepare it, sweep it, clean. So you have to also prepare a place for your walking meditation. So you have to sweep the path, right? So and the place that you sit also, make sure it's clean, so that when you meditate, it's comfortable. You don't, if you straight away sit down, and it may be quite uncomfortable. Okay. Unless somebody has been meditating there before you, then they have prepared the place. Okay? Otherwise, you have to do some preparation. So, yeah, I remember last time and Dasana, and this was when he was still a monk. So remember the other day I told you about this place in Penang, the forest hermitage, where we go and meditate. So there are kutis there, so we go and stay there, we meditate there. So Dasana, each time when he first arrived, and he go into the kuti, the first thing he did was he immediately put everything aside. So all the chairs, all the tables, everything he put aside, the beds. Then he go to a drawer and then he take out this very long water hose. So he keeps this water hose in his drawer, and immediately he will hose down the whole place. So up in the hill there, we collect water from a spring, a mountain spring higher up in the hills. So we have a lot of water, free water, and the water is very consistent throughout the day, throughout the year. So we have a lot of water to waste. So the first thing he did, he hosed down the entire kuti, including the roof. Pouring the hose up. And then sprinkle water all over. So when he's doing this, while you go into his kuti, water will be dripping down from the roof. It's like it's raining inside the kuti. And the whole floor will be flooded. So he hosed down everything, and then slowly he drained the water away, and then he wiped it down, mopped the floor. And after that, everything is very clean. So it's very comfortable. So you have to prepare the place. But maybe don't go to this extreme. So in the forest also you have to hang your mosquito net. So and for our monks also, when you arrive at certain places in the forest, we also need to find out the path to the village for alms. So first you must also find out all the villages around. There can be several villages around. So you do not want to go to one place all the time for alms, to collect alms, because you may be taxing the people in that place. So one day you go here, and next day you go another village. You see? So you need to know all the path leading to the various villages around. You need to find out the water source for cleaning, for drinking, for bathing, and so on. When you arrive at the meditation center also, if you are already familiar with the meditation center, then of course you can immediately settle into your room, sweep and clean it a bit, and then put your things in order, and then immediately go to the hall and begin to meditate. Right? So, but if you are not familiar with the meditation center, first time you are there, then you need to find out certain information. So information about the schedule, the yogi, what time to wake up, what time is breakfast, what time is lunch, and where is the dining hall. Right? So, and when is interview, when is Dhamma talk, where is the interview room. So you need to find out about the facilities, right? So where is the bathroom, where can you do your laundry, where do you dry your laundry, where can you get the drinking water, and so on. Right? You need to know all this information before you begin your meditation, so that once you start meditating, you do not start thinking about all these things. So meditate halfway. Hey, is it breakfast time already? Is it lunch time already? Where is it? Where is the dining hall? You do not know. Then it becomes a distraction. So you must have all this information. Then after that, you can settle into your meditation without and having to think about all this. Okay. So a good administrator of a meditation center, when a new yogi arrives at the center, a good administrator will provide this new yogi with all the information. It's kind of like an orientation. Yeah. Some places they even give you a brochure. This is all the information that you need to know. Yeah. Very well organized. So, yeah. So after settling in, then you're ready to begin your meditation. Then the first thing Buddha says, Nisidati, you sit down. So that means you adopt the sitting posture. So Anapana Sati, mindfulness on the in-out breath. This is best done in the sitting posture. Okay? So, of course, you can do it in other posture also. You can do it in walking. While walking, you in, out, in, out. So, instead of focusing on the steps, if you are doing Anapanasati, you can focus in, out, in, out. Of course, it's very difficult to settle into samadhi. So, you can do it during when you are standing. Standing is easier. You close your eyes, you stand. Not in, out, in, out. This one you can settle into samadhi also. Okay? So, or you can lie down. At night when you lie down on your bed, you can do in, out, in, out. So you can do Anapanasati in these other three posture. Okay? But sitting posture is the best posture for Anapanasati in order to develop samadhi. Okay? Because it's a very peaceful posture. Okay? So when you're sitting, you sit still, the body is still. Right? So when the body is still, then the mind also tends to become still. If you are fidgeting about, then your mind, your body is restless. Your mind will also become restless, right? Yeah. So you sit about, body is still, mind also still, and on top of that, your eyes is closed. You cut off a lot of distraction from outside. So some people nowadays say, you can meditate with your eyes open. You can open, even with your eyes closed, it's so difficult to meditate. You can open. Bird fly past, what is that? So better close the eyes. So you close your eyes, then the mind cut off from distraction, then so the mind can settle down. So the mind can sink into samadhi easier when the body is still, when there's no distraction. Okay. Yeah. Also, the sitting posture. When you adopt the sitting posture, you do not overexert. Okay? Neither are you too relaxed. So, you do not overexert, unlike when you are, let's say, walking. So when you walk, you need a lot of effort to walk. Okay? To walk continuously, lifting, pushing, dropping. You need a lot of effort to adopt that posture, and also to note. Okay? So standing also, you need a lot of effort to hold the body upright. Okay? So otherwise you may fall down. You see? So, but when you are sitting, you sit cross-legged, so the base is stable. Right? So when your base is stable, so you are not so afraid of falling down. So it's stable. So you only need a little effort to hold the body upright. Right? So you do not overexert. Okay? Nor are you too relaxed, like lying down. Lying down, you totally do not need any effort. Just lie down. So it's too relaxed. Okay, so in the sitting, it still requires some effort to hold the body upright. Okay, so it's not too relaxed, nor is it overexerting. So it's quite balanced. The posture, sitting posture, is quite balanced. So it's peaceful. It is stable. So therefore, it's suitable for samadhi. Suitable for the mind to be able to settle into samadhi. And so in such a peaceful, stable and peaceful and balanced posture, the mind can settle in and sink in quickly into samadhi, and sink in easily into samadhi. So therefore the Buddha recommends this sitting posture for anapana sati. So he says nisidati. He sits down. But you must know how to sit properly. So for meditation, doesn't mean sit, just sit, okay, can meditate. You must know how to sit properly. So the Buddha next, he teaches, he shows us how to sit properly. So next he says, Palangka abhojitva. So he folds the legs crosswise. So that means you sit down cross-legged, you cross your leg. Okay? So sitting in a cross-legged position, this is the traditional way for doing sitting meditation, especially here in Asia. So usually when we meditate, we sit down on the floor, cross-legged. And there are various ways to cross the leg, right? So the easiest one is, of course, what is called the easy posture. So, or sometimes it is also called the Burmese posture, because I think most Burmese adopt this posture when they meditate. And so the easy posture is very simple. So you cross, both legs are crossed, then you put one leg in front of the other. That means both legs are on the floor. So that's the easy posture. Okay. So, but even though it's called easy posture, I still find some people cannot adopt this posture, especially beginners. Many beginners, their legs are not yet flexible enough to adopt this meditation posture. Muscles are very stiff. So when they sit down, they try to cross their leg. Both their knees is hanging in the air because their leg is so stiff. So when both your knees are hanging in the air, after a while you feel a lot of pain. So if for beginners, so this one it will take some time before you have to. That's why you have to spend a lot of time meditating in this posture. After you meditated for some time, slowly, gradually, you find the body adjusts. It becomes the muscle starts to loosen, and then you find the knees start to sink closer and closer to the ground until eventually it can touch the floor. So sometimes it helps to stretch it a little bit. So you fold your two legs so that the sole of the 2 feet you put together. Okay, you cross it, but you put it together, and then you use your hand to press down as an exercise. But you do this outside a retreat. Don't do this while you're in a retreat. This is one way to make the legs more flexible. So the easy posture. So then there is also what we call the half lotus. So in a half lotus, instead of both legs on the floor, you put one leg resting on the other. Okay, so this is called the half lotus. Okay, so if you find that you cannot do the easy posture, then you can do the half lotus. Okay, the half lotus also sometimes can give rise to pain if you are still, your body is not used to it yet, because one leg is actually pressing on top the other. So after a while, the pressure can build up, and then the pain can come. That's why the easy posture, both legs are on the floor. It's not pressing on each other, so it's better. So then, of course, there is the full lotus. These are for the heroes. So where both legs are completely crossed. So you put one leg on top of the other, and then the other leg also put on top of the other. So it's like completely crossed. So the two legs are both completely locked together. Okay. So, and actually, because it is completely locked together, it's very stable. So if you can adopt this full lotus posture, this is the best posture. So, but it's very difficult. If you have not do it since you are young, it's actually very difficult. So usually you find the yogis of India, when they meditate, they adopt the full lotus posture. For them, it's very easy. Why? Because they've been doing a lot of these yoga exercises. So you do yoga, you twist and turn the body in so many different ways. You stretch the muscle, so the muscle becomes very flexible, so very loose. So they can adopt the full lotus posture very easily, even without using the hand to arrange the legs. They can just sit down, and then the legs just go flip, flip, and then they're in a full lotus posture. So then they can meditate very comfortably in the full lotus posture. So regardless of which posture, which of the cross-legged posture you adopt, the idea is to have a firm and stable base. So to support the upper body. So, but one thing to make sure is that you don't cross your leg too tightly. You cross it too tightly, constrict the blood circulation. Then very soon your legs will become numb. So then after that it will be very uncomfortable. It won't be really that painful because your leg is numb, but it will be very uncomfortable. So, so relating to this also, that means also when you meditate, don't wear tight-fitting trousers. The worst is to meditate in a tight jeans. I have seen beginner yogis, they come and don't know anything. People say, when you meditate, you wear comfortable attire. Then they say, oh, jeans is very comfortable. You go and meditate. You find pain in the leg. So you have to wear very loose trousers. Not just trousers, your whole attire should be very loose so that the blood can circulate easily. I recommend sarong. Sarong is the best when you meditate. Yes, it's very loose. So loose that sometimes you feel as if there's nothing there. You are not used to it, you keep thinking, has it dropped down? So, but it's very comfortable. Yeah. So palangkang abujito. So nisidati, palangkang abujito. Sit down, you cross-legged. So by this, the Buddha shows what to do with your legs after you have seated down. Then, but what to do with the upper body? You have arranged the lower body. Yeah, arrange the legs. Then next, what to do with the upper body? So the Buddha says, ujung kayam panidaya. You keep the upper body upright. Okay. So when you sit, it must be upright. Not the upper body must not arch to the front too much, nor lean back too much. So it must be upright. Okay. So the reason for this, in the commentary they explain, atharasa pitikantake kotiya kotim patipade toa. Okay, so that means so keeping the upper body upright means to arrange they say the 18 vertebrae, arrange it so that it is aligned, so that it is kotiya koti means end to end, so it sits end to end. So this means that each vertebrae, one vertebrae must be resting on top of the other. Okay, so here it says that 18 vertebrae. So how to make sense of this? So the only way I can make sense of this is, so at the very bottom there is what we call the tailbone, right? The coccyx, right? There's one, and then the sacrum. So there's like something like the triangle. So these two are like kind of like fused together. So they take this as one vertebrae. And then in the lower back, there's the lumbar, right? The lumbar vertebrae, there are 5 of it. And then the thoracic vertebrae, there are 12. So altogether 18. So basically, from the back here down to the buttock, the spinal column. So you must rest it so that it is stacked up end to end. So now it's interesting. This one, although it says upright, but when you stack up the vertebrae end to end, you find that it is not like straight up, right? Your spinal column is not straight up, right? It's a little bit like arch. So therefore, when you sit upright, don't overdo it. Don't go pull until you really very, very straight. The natural posture when you are upright is, is a little bit arch, okay, but not arch until your whole body fall down. Okay, yeah. When you look from outside, it really is straight, but when you look at the spinal column, it's actually a little arch. Okay, so don't overdo it. Okay. Yeah. So what is the purpose of this? So they explain. Evan hi nisidantasa chama mamsa naruni na panamanti. Okay, so that means when you are seated in this way, upright, with the vertebrae stacked up, end to end, one on top of the other, then the skin, the muscles, and the sinews, they are not twisted. Okay, so if you don't sit straight like this, you go arch here, arch there, bend there, twist here. So all the sinews, the muscles, twisted. Okay, so when this happens, so it says atasa ya tesam panamana pachaya kane kane vedana upajayum tana upajanti. Okay, so when the skin, the muscles, and the sinews are not twisted, then the Vedana, that means the Dukkha Vedana, the painful feeling that may arise moment to moment when they are twisted, this will not arise. So when it's twisted, pain will arise moment after moment after moment. So when you sit straight, this feeling will not arise. Okay. So when it does not arise, then what happens? Tasu anupajamanasu chittam ekagam hoti kamatanam na paripatati uddhim pati upagachati. So when this painful sensation, this dukkha vedana does not arise moment after moment, then chittam ekagam hoti, the mind becomes one-pointed. Kamathanam na paripatati, it does not fall away from the subject of meditation. Uddhim patim upagachati, it goes to increase and development. So the meditation develops. So adopting upright posture. So your muscles, the sinews are not twisted. So the pain does not arise. It's a comfortable posture. So therefore you can last longer in the posture. Okay? So when you can last longer and the body is comfortable, so then the mind can settle into the subject of meditation. It does not lose the subject of meditation. So you focus on anapana, your attention is always on the in-out breath. It's not distracted by the pain in the body. So because the attention is continuously on the in-out breath, slowly the mind comes to a state of one-pointedness, samadhi. Okay? As you continuously hold the mind there, then the meditation develops, increase and develop. Okay. So this is a posture that is helpful, is supportive for the practice of meditation, or development of your meditation. So remember, upright means it's actually a comfortable posture where you do not strain the muscles and the sinews. It's a comfortable posture. So therefore, when you sit upright, don't be too stiff. Go, hold it up so strongly, you become too stiff. So this is not comfortable. So after a while, you feel pain because you hold it too tightly. You strain the muscle, you pull the muscle and the sinews. Okay, so you pull it unnecessarily. So after a while, pain will arise. So therefore, when you sit straight up, hold it upright, but in a relaxed manner. Okay, so the whole body must be relaxed. Just enough effort to hold it upright. So don't overdo it. So it must be in a natural upright posture. Okay. So the whole body must be comfortable, relaxed. Okay? Shoulders also like drop down. So in one of the book I read before, somebody actually wrote a book, a whole book on meditation posture. So in the book, it says that one way to adopt a good sitting posture is to imagine that your body is like a puppet. So, and then there is a string attached to the crown of your head. And then somebody is pulling it up. Right? So you're a puppet. So your whole body is like just hanging. So when there's a string pull up, so the whole body is actually relaxed. But that one, because it pulls up, so the whole body straighten. But it's relaxed. So there's no effort. So the whole body is like hanging down, but there's a string holding it up. Like that. So that is a good sitting posture. So in this, when you sit in this way, with the body upright also, the mind becomes more alert. Because there is some effort required to hold the body in this way. And so the mind becomes more alert and energetic when you meditate in this way. In the beginning, you find you have to make some effort, physical effort, to hold the body upright. But when you develop samadhi, when the mind sinks into samadhi, you find actually the body naturally remain upright by itself. Because the samadhi actually can hold the body in the upright position. Samadhi can maintain the posture. You see? This is what we call the Chitta Samutana Rupa, mind originated materiality. So samadhi is a state of mind. So in the state of samadhi, the mind can produce this wind element to hold the body in the upright position. Okay? So when you sit upright. When you enter samadhi in the standing position, you don't fall down. You can maintain your position. Okay, so now you have adopted a suitable, comfortable sitting posture. Right? So you have prepared the body for meditation. Now, how to prepare the mind? What to do with the mind? So next, the Buddha says, Parimukham satim upadapetoa. Okay? So this means direct the mindfulness, face the object, or direct the mindfulness to where the object is. Okay, so now often you find some translation. It says they translate this as establish mindfulness in front. So here they take the word parimukham to mean in front. So, but the commentary they explain it in another way. So it says parimukham sati upatapeto. They paraphrase this as kamathana abhimukham satim tapayitoa. Okay, so they explain parimukham as mukham is the face. So they explain it as abhimukham. Abhimukham means to face, face to face, to face. So face what? Kamatana. So kamatana abhimukham. Kamatana means the subject of meditation, your object of meditation. So that means anapana, right? So they explain this as establishing the mindfulness to face the subject of meditation. That means anapana. So therefore we translate it as direct mindfulness, to face object, the object of meditation. Okay? So for anapana sati, that means where does the breath occur? Occur at the tip of the nose. So therefore, the yogi must direct the attention to the tip of the nose. Okay, hold the attention there. Okay, yeah. So when you do other meditation also, you must direct your attention to where your object is. Okay, so for example, if you take rising falling as a primary object, so when you meditate, you must direct your attention, direct mindfulness to where rising falling usually occur, whether in the abdomen, the chest, and so on. Okay, you must direct it there. Okay? So you're not sitting, you must direct it to the sitting posture. Okay? So touching, you must direct it to the touch point. Okay? But in this case, it is anapana, so therefore you direct it to the tip of the nose, where the breath sensation usually occur. And then you hold your attention there. Don't let it run anywhere. Excuse me. So once you have direct your mindfulness to where the object is, to face the object, and then the mind is ready. Ready to note. As soon as the breath occurs, is ready to note. And so you prepare the mind by directing it to where the breath usually occurs, so that as soon as the breathing in, the in-breath or the out-breath occur, the mind is ready, ready to catch it, to note it. Okay? Yeah. So you must direct when you meditate, you must direct your mindfulness to where your subject of meditation, your object, usually occur. Okay? This is like if you want to catch a snake, you must go to where the snakes live, like an anthill, and then you wait there. You cannot catch a snake while sitting at home. Right? You must go to where you know the snake will be, and then you have to wait patiently there, and with full alertness, so that as soon as the snake come up, you can catch it. So when you meditate anapana, you must direct it to the tip of the nostril. As soon as in-breath or out-breath occur, immediately you can catch. But you must also be paying attention. Okay, so now you direct the mind to where the object occurs. Okay, so now so you're seated down, cross-legged, kept your body upright. Your body is ready for meditation. Your mind is directed to where the meditation object occurs, to the tip of the nostril. The mind also ready to meditate. So next, the Buddha begin to give the instruction how to do anapanasati. So we begin very simply by saying so sato wa asasati, sato wa pasasati. So here some translator translate it as ever mindful he breathes in, ever mindful he breathes out. Okay, so but I would translate it differently. So only with mindfulness he breathes in. Only with mindfulness he breathes out. So sato. Sato means one is mindful. So a person who is mindful. That means this yogi is mindful. Okay, so satowa means only by being mindful, he breathes in. So, and only when he's mindful, he breathes out. This is very awkward when it comes to when you translate into English. But the meaning is that only with mindfulness you breathe in. Only with mindfulness he breathes out. That means he never breathes in or breathes out without mindfulness. Okay, so he makes sure, he makes effort to ensure that as each in and out breath occur, this in or out breath, they are always apprehended with mindfulness. Not a single in or out breath occur without mindfulness. So he makes effort to ensure that there's always mindfulness with each in and each out breath. Okay, so only with mindfulness he breathes in. Only with mindfulness he breathes out. I think there can be a better way to translate this, but I cannot think of it now. But you get the meaning. So this is the basic of anapanasati. Anapanasati means mindfulness of in and out breath, right? So this is the basic of anapanasati, to make sure that each in breath, each out breath that occur is fully experienced with mindfulness. Okay? So therefore, the Buddha says, satowa, so satowa, asasati, satowa, pasasati. So only with mindfulness he breathes in, only with mindfulness he breathes out. This also means anupassana, right? That means mindfulness is occurring continuously, noting each in breath, each out breath continuously, without missing a single in or single out breath. So mindfulness is continuously occurring with each in breath, with each out breath. This is anupassana. So therefore, this is the practice of satipatthana. You're continuously noting, mindful of each in breath, each out breath that are occurring. Okay, so it's a practice of satipatthana. So when you note in this way continuously, also, so that means the mindfulness exercises function. I mean, it's characteristic. Upatana lakkhana, the characteristic of establishing. So it establishes on the in-out breath. Right? Continuously, the attention is there. So mindfulness establish the mind on this in-out breath. Right? So firmly establish satipatthana. It doesn't run anywhere. Okay. So that's why you must sit comfortably, otherwise the mind will run to the pain. So and also the function asamosa rasa. The mindfulness has the function of non-forgetfulness. It doesn't forget. It never forget the object. Every in breath, every out breath that occur, it never forget. Mindfulness is always with it, always with each in breath, with each out breath that occur. Okay? Yeah, and it is facing, right? It's facing the object. Just now we said direct the mindfulness to face the object. Right? So that is the manifestation of mindfulness. Right? Visaya abhimukha pachupatthana. Right? So the manifestation of being face to face with the object or confronting the object. yeah. So the characteristic, the function, the manifestation of mindfulness can be found in this exercise of anapanasati, mindfulness of in-breath and out-breath. Okay. So this is the basic of anapana. So simply being mindful of each in-breath and each out-breath continuously, and not missing a single in-breath or single out-breath. Okay? Then next, the Buddha began to give details on how to practice anapana. So satowa asa sati, satowa pasa sati. And only with mindfulness, he breathes in, he breathes out. This is just the basic of anapana sati. Okay? So having given this basic, then the Buddha gave the detail of anapanasati. Okay, so anapanasati actually altogether, anapanasati, the full instruction of anapanasati consists of 16 steps. Okay, 16 steps. Each steps is progressively more refined than the last one. Okay, so, and these 16 steps usually is divided into 4 groups of 4 steps each. Okay, so it's a group of 4 steps. So we call it a tetrad. A tetrad means a group of 4. So since there are 4 groups of 4, so we call it the 4 tetrads. And so sometimes you read books on Buddhist meditation, especially on anapanasati. They mention the first tetrad, the second tetrad, the third, and the fourth tetrad. Okay? This means a group of 4 steps. Okay? So in the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha only give instruction for the first tetrad. Okay? Because the first tetrad deals with Kayanupassana, contemplation of the body. So in Satipatthana Sutta, Anapanasati comes under Kayanupassana. So therefore the Buddha gave only the first tetrad that is relevant to Kayanupassana, because the other 3 tetrads deals with the other anupassana, with Vedana Nupassana, Chitta Nupassana, and Dhamma Nupassana. Okay, so in under Kayanupassana, Satipatthana, the Buddha only gave instruction for the first 4 steps, the first tetrad. If you want the full instruction, all the 16 steps, or Anapanasati, and the 4 tetrads, you can find it in the Anapanasati Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. I think Sutta number 118. Yeah, 118. There you can find the full instruction. Okay, so in this Satipatthana Sutta, only the first tetrad is given. So basically, to be aware of the long in breath, long out breath, the short in breath, short out breath, to be aware of the entire in breath, the entire out breath, and then to breathe in and breathe out while you can say tranquilizing or calming the bodily formation, which basically refers to the breath body, the in and out breath, calming the breath. Breathe in and out. Okay, so these are the first 4 steps of Anapanasati mentioned in the under Kayanupassana, in the Anapanapabba, the section on in-out breath. Okay, so we will discuss more about these 4 steps in the next Dhamma talk. We stop here today. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Buddham Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Dhammam Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Sangham Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Mata Pitunam Pujemi. Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Acariyanam Pujemi. Adha Imaya Patipadaya Jaram Maranamha Primochesami. Idame Punyam Asawakaya Vaham Hodu. Idame Punyam Nibbanasa Pacayo Hodu. Idame Silam Magabhalanyanasa Pacayo Hodu. Imam no Punya Bhagam Sabbasatanam Dema. Imam no Punya Bhagam Sabbasatanam Dema. Imam no Punya Bhagam Sabbasatanam Dema. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So may all of you be well, happy and peaceful always. May you all be healthy, be safe, be strong, and may you all be able to continuously practice the Dhamma without any trouble, without any obstacle, any hindrances. May your path always be smooth. And soon may all of you be able to experience the unconditioned peace of Nibbana through your practice.